Hey guys! Welcome to Couple. Please like and subscribe if you like the video. In some quarters, the most alarming promise of the incoming Trudeau government was its pledge to spend more than $180 billion on infrastructure projects. Sums that large invite fears of wasteful spending on white elephants, and of skills shortages and inflationary wage gains. So last week's report by the Parliamentary Budget Office, PBO, criticizing the slow pace of Ottawa outlays on its vaunted infrastructure intentions might not be quite the negative it is described as. Not until last week did the Grit's new Canada Infrastructure Bank make its first investment in Montreal's Réseau Express Metropolitan, RAM. The Fed's $1.28 billion loan toward the $6.3 billion electric passenger rail network makes possible Montreal's biggest public transit project in half a century. Elsewhere in the country though, a significant $3.6 billion of the $10 billion in the Liberals' first phase of infrastructure investments remains unspent. But a Liberal government that stands accused of reneging on a centerpiece promise is reliant on planned provincial and municipal infrastructure improvements, to which federal financing is tied. The PBO notes that those governments appear to be holding back on such projects due to budgetary pressures. Such pressures can be trumped by political ones. The REM gets underway as a Quebec governing party that is trailing in the polls heads into an election this year. A less judicious Ottawa would be cutting ribbons across the country, on projects large and small. Instead, the feds are mindful that infrastructure spending as a job-creating policy declines in effectiveness as GDP increases. Canada has outperformed the economic expectations of 2015, when the Fed's infrastructure schemes were first developed, and it shouldn't surprise that a booming economy has caused those ambitions to be reined in. How the sun could set on failed NAFTA talks. Don't take too much comfort next week from likely news of a breakthrough between the US and Mexico in their bilateral negotiations on the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA. There remain a few stumbling blocks between the US and Canada, which has been kept out of the past 5 weeks of NAFTA talks. The White House strategy is to use significant gains it achieves with Mexico to provide momentum going into resumed talks with Canada and getting Canada to agree on a new NAFTA on US terms. But Justin Trudeau, the Canadian PM, cited again last week the Grits mantra that Canada will sign a good deal, not just any deal. That's the same successful stand Ottawa took in negotiating the Canada-European Union Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement, CETA, and the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership, CPTPP.